What's up, everyone? So in this video, we'll be taking a close look at the KPA Dockers, one of the best teams to ever do it in Kenya, and are on pace to punch their ticket to the 2023 BAL season with only 3 spots left. And there's a strong sense of belief in the Kenya Ports Authority camp that this time round the Dockers can face off against the continent's top guns in the Basketball Africa League, after failing to make the last 12, albeit without losing a game in the inaugural 2019 Elite 16 round meeting in Kigali, Rwanda. KPA are convinced this time to excel. So KPA are in Group A in the East Division alongside Cape Town Tigers, a team that made the BAL last year, the NBA Academy, and Urunani, who hail from Burundi. So KPA are no newcomers to the African stage, having represented Kenya in many championships before. The journey started in Luanda, Angola. In the old FIBA Africa Championship Cup, it was baptism by fire for KPA as they failed to make any mark, going down 0-6 on the 7-team competition. In this KPA's second participation in the road to the BAL. So the BAL qualifiers there in 2019. The Mombasa Hill Dockers reigned supreme the qualifiers in Antananarivo, Madagascar, topping Group F with a 4-0 record. So they had the best result in the FIBA Africa BAL qualifiers in 2019. In 2019 it was just a special year. In 2019, KPA got off the road to the BAL campaign in winning fashion in the 4 matches when they finished on top. They silenced home team GNBC 89-70. The other result saw them thump Usoni from Comoros 121-74, rattle Cobra Sports from South Sudan 81-78, and destroyed Buvalon Heat from Seychelles 131-54 in a blowout win. So about a month ago, I covered the road to the BAL 2019 for the KPA Dockers. They were just literally thumping teams. And also at that time, they earned a ticket to the Elite 16 in Kigali, where KPA blanked Ferreiro de Maputo from Mozambique 79-67 and Cobra Sport 83-53, but sadly bowed out of the competition after missing the opening fixtures against the City Oilers. If KPA matched up against City Oilers and won, they would have been in the first ever BAL. So how they qualified for the Elite 16, in their Group D qualifying matches last month, KPA returned to the Palace des Sports podium in Antananarivo, winning 1 game and losing 1. They got off a roaring start, beating Jabal Club from Comoros 120-37 in a very lopsided affair. KPA were just smacking them around for 40 minutes before losing 66-60 to COSPN. This was just a devastating loss, especially for KPA, knowing for a fact that this game was so winnable for KPA. Their weaknesses, of all the strengths that KPA have, they also have weaknesses in there. So the KPA's technical bench is aware of what lies ahead, but they remain convinced that they can be able to level up and match up to the task. I made a video just addressing one of those 2 things I saw in the game, but hopefully they'll be able to check out and just finish it, because if they're able to fine-tune what they are doing, they'll have a fighting chance of being able to at least offset the deficits that they incur mid-game and also win the games. A confident head coach, Anthony Ojuku, said he will only make slight changes to the team roster that duty in Madagascar. The roster that they made there, they went in, and improved on the weak areas. So because they had a lot of weaknesses, especially in the COSPN game, and of concern is the execution of both the free throw line. Their shooting, they're kind of abysmal, but hopefully they can be able to turn it around. And accurate shooting from, beyond the stripe, from deep, they're not shooting the greatest. I remember I made a video covering extensively, not going into that, but this soon should be fixed. The bench also remains top of his agenda. So, despite not being exposed internationally, youngster Dennis Kodja did well beyond expectations. as did American Wade Loman. So the KPA Dockers, they made some key acquisitions. Dennis Kodja, he plays for the Strathmore Blades, and also American Wade Loman, they were brought in. Hopefully they can be able to spar up and, in the early 16 and be able to challenge for that spot, that for all the three spots that are left, maybe the KPA Dockers can be able to snag that one spot. So Ariel Koranga brought on board all the experience he gained from the continent at the Gulf. Ken Washira, he was part of the roster that made it possible that KPA could be here, especially winning the KBF title. Ken Washira sparked the offense while Martin Kitongo remained reliable on the boards, and Mark Kitongo was just a double machine. He was very exemplary. KPA will mix youth, John Widjas and Eugene Adera, as they experience from Victor Odendo, who has been there, done that, and Joe Byron, who were there and also in the 2019 campaign, will also come in handy. Washira and Kitongo ignited the offense by notching double figures in the loss against COSPN. So despite the loss, they're able to, put up steady numbers, but they needed to check on the turnovers. So the much-traveled, Coach Ojuku will be at the helm, assisted by Sam Kiki and Michael Pell. So Coach Ojuku was saying, we are going there as underdogs, but remember, the underdog usually causes the biggest upset, said Ojuku. On the draws, the long-serving tactician said, it looks easy on paper, but we have to plan and scout well. We will win games on the line, and also you can trade 2 points or for 3. We have to shoot and be consistent, Ojuku offered. He said, adding, the team will work a lot on the shots and every aspect of the shooting. Most of the games, he said, are won from the substitution bench, so he expects the players coming off the bench as they'll bring a lot of energy. There should be no any different from the starters as not coming off the bench. We have to maintain the same level of energy. And also, in closing, he said, we still have what it takes to go to the next round. Though it's not going to be easy. So 3 years ago, the KPA Dockers arrived in Kigali a day late. They missed the open against City Oilers, and although they beat Mozambicans Ferreira de Maputo and South Sudanese club Cobra, they sadly failed to progress. This disappointment, they now reflect as well behind them. To show their commitment, they traveled to Kigali this year, played some friendlies, and also watched the BAL postseason and also the BAL finals. So the Porters are well aware of the task in Joburg and it's not a walk in the park, but they are ready to make their mark for the first time. Hopefully they'll be able to go on the way. For the first time, they'll be able to go on the way. So this is an article by FIBA. I'm just, quoting and just adding my 2 cents on it. But looking at the KPA Dockers side, I'm pretty optimistic, considering the fact that they have a 1-1 record. They shouldn't be counted out. They have all the experience under their bag, and hopefully they'll be able to make some significant, serious noise moving forward. So, I'm waiting for that KPA Euronani game tomorrow, and just waiting for it because I'm pretty sure I'll be optimistic, and hopefully we'll be able to see their first win in the Elite 16 because, man, KPA notching that spot in the BAL is very big, and being able to have the opportunity to match up against the top tier teams in Africa in the BAL will be something that is, it'll just change everything, especially in the narrative in Kenyan basketball. So, man, I'm out. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on notification posts because I'll be coming up with videos of this nature, and I'm out. Peace.